Hello guys to another episode of the 100 Dart Challenge. Today we'll be going back to Fortnite. And today we'll have a double feature of the 2 blaster kit or whatever it was called. I don't know. We have Fortnite pistol and Fortnite flintlock. And I don't care what you say, this barely even assembles a flintlock. Let's just go with the flintlock first. I will be doing both of these at different, so I'll use the flintlock, then I'll use this one in the challenge. I'm not going to use them both at once. Flintlock is a hammer prime it back, primed, fires. This thing is insanely weak and is the worst hammer prime blaster I have. The hammer is very weird looking because it's really hard to prime it one-handed. You really need the second hand, and you just load around right in the front, prime it, fire. Just one shot. Trigger is very weird. It's very heavy, you could say, very taut, kind of. It's not bad, it's just interesting. And I like how the trigger kind of flares out a bit. You can see that. And overall, don't know what this thing can do. It's still a one shot. We'll just have to see. Now, not modified whatsoever, by the way. On to the pistol, which I think kind of looks like a 1911. Just me, just a little bit. And this guy, another one shot, but this one you prime at the top, load around. Thing I don't like is how far the round sticks out, and pull trigger to fire. This one is modified, and the thing is, I put a little brass insert in there, so I actually am thinking of using half darts, because they're way easier to throw in there to fire off really fast, because you just throw them in. So this guy with half darts will probably do pretty dang well. It's a very blocky handle, so it's not great feeling, but it's not bad. This is definitely probably one of the most realistic gun-looking blasters Nerf ever made. That's not the black ones from a very long time ago, because it kind of just looks like a pistol. And with that, let's see what the pistol and the flintlock can do against the 100 Dart Challenge. Alright guys, welcome to another episode of the 100 Dart Challenge. Today we have the 2 Fortnite pistols. We will do them one at a time and see what each of them can do. This one is modified, this one is not. This thing sucks. So let's start with the Fortnite Flare. On your marks, get set, go. I mean, it's not that fast, but it's definitely smooth. It has a lip, so it's very easy to load. Huh. I'm very surprised how fast this is going and how easy this is working. Is this gonna work? Is this thing actually fast? It's easy to load. Prime is perfectly fine. The trigger is actually really nice. I like how the trigger flares out. I gotta admit, this is probably one of the easiest blasters to load. No, this is the easiest blaster on this challenge so far to load. It's just this is very surprising to me. This is nuts. Why is this going so well? I am very surprised. I'm not even fully seeing the dart anymore, and it's still firing. That was my bad. Can't push it too fast. one of the smoothest blasters on this. This is the smoothest blaster I've used on this channel. The prime, the load. The only issue is its trigger pull is a little bit scuffy when I try to go really fast. But this, like, I'm not even looking at loading anymore. It's that easy. This surprises me a very large amount. Like, if this thing was like a 3-shot burst and it loaded this well, like, this thing might be the new champion. But it's not, because, you know, that's how things work. My only issue is the few darts left are in the corners, so it's difficult to grab them. But yeah, this thing's just moving. Three, 2, 1. Are you joking? You gotta be joking. The Fortnite flare did not just become the new greatest blaster on this list. There's no way, right? This is a one-shot blaster. I thought the era of the one-shots were over. And somehow this thing... Oh, sorry, it's a flintlock, but it looks like a flare gun more than anything. It's a flintlock. The flintlock just surprised everything. The loading on this thing was so easy. I'm impressed. Well, guess we see what the other guy can do, shall we? Alright, now it's time to see what the other blaster can do. 1911. Because this guy is modified, I removed the air restrictors and put a little brass insert at the front. I'm just going to be loading the darts like this. Yes, won't have much power, but it will be very easy to load. And with that, we'll see if it can even compare even close to what the flintlock could do. Alright, with that, on your mics, get set, go. And because I'm barely loading it, it is way louder than it should be. But that's how it is. This is probably the most realistic Nerf blaster. Well, realistic blaster to a real gun Nerf has ever made. Like, even with the dark blue, I still think, like, come on, using this in a park is not a good idea. But yeah, with its modifications, if you fully seat it and everything, this thing hits around, like, I think it's like high 90s, which is cool. But we're just moving again. This guy is, I don't think, as fast as the flintlock, but we're still moving pretty fast. Its issue is the top prime is definitely slowing me down a little. Also, its handle, its trigger is perfectly fine, but its handle is not good. Just because it's a very blocky handle for not a good reason, to be honest. So it has that issue with it. But everything else, it works pretty well. That's for sure. I'm still so surprised about the flintlock. Like that and the the Stranger Things bat are the two biggest upsets in this challenge so far. And like, we're only on episode I don't know, high 20s, I guess. Like, I can't wait to see how the final episode, I want to see how everything was. Definitely, when we do finally get to a final episode, and I promise you that's going to take a very long time. This challenge is going nowhere fast. But on the final episode, or maybe like on episode 50, I'll do like a recap of somewhat of the challenges of the best blasters throughout the time, and we'll just have some fun. I might do some recap episodes in the challenge. I think that could be fun. Like, you know, like episode 50 recap time. That's a good title, don't you think? This thing loads pretty nicely too, just because the brass insert's not bad. I'm surprised how easy this one is to load, because there is no lip on it. It's just straight a brass insert. But it works well. And we're still making good time. It's gonna be crazy if both the Fortnite pistols make the top 10 list, especially now that the damn Flintlock is now our new champion. That's crazy to me. That's absolutely bonkers. Just load and fire. That's how this challenge does. This handle is definitely digging into my hand, and I'm not a fan, but stuff happens. I guess I could sand down the edges of the handle to make it a bit nicer, but it's just too blocky. 3, 2, 1. Well, not even close to the Flintlock, but that's still a great time. Another blaster in the top 10. They both made it. I just did this episode for fun. Just because, you know, dual episode video. Time to have some fun. Because they're both one-shots. I didn't think they would perform. And they both make the top 10. Crazy. Crazy? Pretty crazy. Well, with that, let's get to the recap of these two. This recap is going to go crazy. So, the Fortnite dual pistols. What is going on with one-shot blasters? We now have 3 one-shot blasters back in the top 10. What is going on? In now first place, the Fortnite Flintlock with 3 minutes, 14.15 seconds, which is 7 seconds away from the Bulldog now. A big jump. I can't believe it. It's insane. And then again, the other one, the Fortnite LP, which is the Fortnite 1911, is 3:40 almost exactly, sitting 9th. This is incredible. I just did this for fun, but somehow both of them made the list. And the Fortnite Flintlock is now the new champion of the 100 Dart Challenge, which is the most weird thing I think is on this list. It's almost as weird as having the Stranger Things bat as number 1, which it did a while ago. And with that, the Bulldog falls from its grace. But also the Fortnite LP slides in to the top 10. Let's get to the recap, shall we? Well. I got some things to say about these guys. There we go. These guys, they did way better than my expectations could ever have imagined. Let's start out with the 1911. That's what I'm going to call it. Like I said, the handle, if you can tell, is just very blocky and uncomfortable. Trigger's alright. Top prime, perfectly fine. But with the challenge, top prime is not the best. I also brassed the barrels and removed the air restrictor. So this thing is powerful, but holds no air seal. So that's an issue. And it just was very easy to load because, like I said, as long as you just stick the dart in it any way possible, it will shoot because the air restrictors are gone. And that just shows in the challenge. It was able to really pick up speed and really get a decent time. And I'm impressed that both these guys have claimed the top 10. It's the one-shot pistols. They're bringing it back. They want to take the list once more, like the olden days. And the other one that surprises me even more, that is the new grand champion, is the flintlock. I don't know how. I think it's just because this big priming bar is just so smooth and you can just do it any way you want. As long as your hand touches it, you'll be able to prime it. And with this big little thing right there, if you can see it, there's a little lip going to the actual barrel itself. And it's just insanely easy to load. I don't have to look at it at all. It just works way too well. Handle, I don't really like it. I think it would be better if this lip right at the bottom was not there, because it kind of grabs my last finger. And the trigger I actually like, because if you can see, the trigger is like spread out near the top, and it works really well. I am incredibly impressed with what these blasters did. This one is just insanely ugly though, and is very underpowered. This one looks way too realistic. And that's about all I have to say. So, with that, thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.